You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
Well, good evening, Tri-States, and welcome into the December 8th edition of Overtime, where we bring you a ton of local hoops footage tonight. There were high school titles handed out in both Monroe City and Mendon, while QU and John Wood each hope to protect their home floor at the college level. Now, perhaps the best news from the day is that there were no shortage of close ball games. More on those in a few minutes. But we begin at 10th and Jackson tonight, where the Q&D boys were looking to stay undefeated on the season against the Hannibal Pirates. We take you out to 10th and Jackson. Good one here early on. If you're Q&D, they got out to an early lead. We'll take you to it. Matt Pugh's team, what would they have in store for the Raiders? Well, third quarter, that's Dalton Powell knocking one down from just inside the arc. That gets his team going there a little bit. But Matt McPherson using his size inside as he did all night. Good answer there for the Raiders. Sam Douglas put himself together a nice second half. Just watch him slip to the hoop there, a little finger roll, and that's good for two. And then how about some miscommunication? Douglas is going to read it. The pass was not there for Hannibal. Douglas, he's just on the spot at the right time. That's two more for him. But Dylan Powell, the big man, is going to work his way in the low blocks. That's a great matchup of Matt McPherson and Dylan Powell. Powell gets two right there in the low blocks. How about Dalton? He led the Pirates in scoring tonight. Inside the top of the arc, just a quick little turnaround fire. That goes down. He had 18 points on the night to lead the Hannibal Pirates. But the Raiders protected the pit tonight. They led by as much as 23 in the second half. That's McPherson with a nice two there. He finished with 17 points and 9 boards. Alex Fitch, not pictured, had 14 points. Q&D gets the 10-point win tonight. Final score there was 57-47. Other side of town, QHS hosting a Springfield team with a losing record. Check out this play nearing the end of the first quarter. Cole Abbey fires it up, couple seconds left, just misses off the rim, gets his own rebound. Well, it doesn't go in, but it's still a pretty cool play. Had to show it to you. Doesn't get that to go, but then Mason Fairley would get this to go, a steal and a layup. Keeps QHS within striking distance. They were trailing, though, for almost all of the first half. Watch Connor Mellon just using that shoulder, gets inside, spins around his man, and the big man does nice work there. How about Martin Kvitli? Well, he's going to go inside all by himself like he does best. Gets that one to bounce in. As I mentioned, though, QHS really just could not contain Springfield in this first half. Springfield led by 14. Yeah, look at that layup right there. They led by 14 at the break. In the third quarter, though, the Devils got it together. We take you to the fourth quarter now. Mason Fairley puts the step-back one in. QHS goes up 42-40 at that point. And then here's your knockout blow. Connor Mellon off the rebound, the and one. That's good stuff right there. QHS goes up by 6 at that point. Remember, they trailed by 14 at halftime, but Sean Taylor's club finds a way tonight. They get a 10-point win as well over Springfield. Very nearly takes one at Blue Devil Gym, but it was 53-43 in favor of the Blue Devils tonight. How about a couple Illinois boys scores? Real good one up in West Hancock tonight. Pittsfield knocks on the door of a road win, but West Hancock gets a 41-40 decision. Paxton Harmon over half of his team's scoring output there with 22 points. Wade Smith leads the way for Pittsfield with 17. I told you, a lot of close games tonight. It starts with that one. Also, West Prairie doubles up on North Fulton, 50-25 there. And Beardstown gets a big win and a big night from Delaney Ortiz. I believe he had 32 points in this one in a 57-46 win over South Fulton. Let's take you to the Monroe City tournament now. Boys championship game to cap off the entire week, and it was a good one tonight. Panthers and Marion County Panthers starting off strong. They got balanced scoring from all over the place tonight. Brock Butler just creates on the football field and on the basketball court as well. Looks like this highlight didn't quite come in all the way. We'll see if we can get that one resent. Show that to you later in the show. What we can tell you is Palmyra wins the Monroe City tournament with an 81-62 win. Hopefully that highlight coming up in a couple of minutes. How about the girls championship, Palmyra and Monroe City? Could Palmyra get the sweep of things here? Good start. That's Megan Hooper kind of doing the up and under there. Real good stuff right there. And then later on, it's the next possession. Good ball movement leads to a nice jumper from Hooper there. How about a jump shot from Miss Winking as the Panthers trying to fight back, and then they got another good one. Winking the open J from the baseline. This one close all the way down to the wire. How about a little more from Hooper? She was just everywhere tonight. A little floater from the baseline. Both teams scratching their way to this tournament title. Really hoping for it. Nice cut there from Evie Miles for the easy two. Kiet Monday, big week for her. That somehow goes down. You know you got a nice shooter's bounce there. Later on, though, Palmyra keeps the pressure on. Hooper's open for three. She nails it. Carly Spalding, tons of speed, and she gets inside here, just kind of goes around everybody, draws the contact, gets the bounce to fall, and one there. And Monroe City is going to end up with the girls' title, preventing the Palmyra sweep tonight. Final score 50-48 in favor of the Panthers. That was a very good one tonight. Third place game, we had South Shelby and Marceline. It's going to be the assist to Cabe Simpson here. Watch him go from the corner for three. That's good. And South Shelby built a lead and would not look back in this one. Good stuff from Simpson. How about a nice drive here by Wyatt Proper? Just kind of takes that one step into the blocks. That's an easy two. And then Simpson's going to find Ellison. He's going to drop the three. As I mentioned, South Shelby just not bothered at all by Marceline tonight. More from South Shelby. It's going to be Simpson wide open for three. You see he kind of comes free there. Nobody steps out to guard him. He takes advantage, and he does so quite well with a three-pointer right there. And how about a little more in the post from Mr. Roberts? The easy two here coming up as South Shelby, as I mentioned, builds that lead. Nice kind of fall away there from Mr. Roberts. South Shelby builds that lead, and they would not look back. 78-48 as the Cardinals take third place on the boys' side of things in the Monroe City tournament. Missouri scores one score we can tell you about. Ellsbury gets a nice win tonight over Clopton. Final score there was 60-53. We go back to Illinois. Girls side of things now. The Lady Mustangs tournament championship game. Panthers trying to take down Central Southeastern, that is, trying to take down the host Unity Mustangs. But Brooklyn Moore gets Unity on the board with their first basket. She had 13 points and 6 boards in this ball game. Jill Donnelly is going to force the Panthers into a timeout. They got out to an early lead. Donnelly knocks it down from the left wing there. She had 10 points on the afternoon. 8-1 Mustangs early on as we go into a timeout. Maggie Bowles keeps it going. Just the swipe, just picks her pocket right there. She's going to take it all in. She had a nice week of this tournament. All the way in there for easy two. That's a 10-1 lead for Unity. But then Central Southeastern started to find a little bit of offense after this one. Dakota Limkeman, the outstanding golfer, she pulls in. The pull-up two goes down there. Then Madison Steinkamp, you heard from her earlier in the week in these early games. She had a good day today too. Hits the turnaround there. Trying to get Central Southeastern rolling in this one. But a nice assist here from Tori Conover to Steinkamp. Just kind of punched it out to her in the corner there. Whatever works. That is a long two actually on that one. But Unity would prevail in this ball game. Whitney Murphy on the second chance points there. Not pictured in the highlight. Brianne Begeman flirts with a triple-double today. 10 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. Named the tournament MVP, Begeman was. Unity wins their home tournament. Final score over Central Southeastern, 43-29. How about the third place game? It was Western and West Hancock. First quarter, Rachel Motley, she's going to get it started here for the Wildcats. Gets them on the board with a long jumper. She was just getting started. But then Amber Platt would get it going as well. She's going to extend the lead. And that one goes down from almost the same spot. Western out to a nice start. Then how about Motley on a quick fast break? You'll see it right here. Goes through traffic. Good finish. Wildcats on top early. But the Titans would respond here. Allison DeWald's going to go in for two in the lane. Kind of hits the floater everywhere around and down. That's good stuff there from DeWald. West Hancock down only 2 at that point. Then DeWald on the long assist here to Keegan Shacklet. Works inside, hits the nice turnaround with the right hand. 9-7 Western leads at this point. That would force a timeout there. And later, time running out in the first quarter, you're going to see Madison Harmon kick out to Shelby Kaler here. West Hancock goes up by 4 at that point. Remember, they trailed early, and they would pull away for the third place winner today. Final score 61-48 for the Titans in that ball game. Also, we had the 5th place game early in the day, Highland and Brown County. Lady Mustangs 5th place game here. It was the third quarter. This one close all the way down. Jenny Yangling off the inbound there in the paint. Hornets with a lead in the third quarter, but Highland would just not go away. Caitlin Boone, a tough two here. She was okay. She got up a couple seconds later and would go to the free throw line. A nice and one there. Yingling again, though. Hornets would go up 32-25 with that bucket near the end of the third quarter. But as I mentioned, the Cougars just tenacious tonight. Casey Hinkle, bucket and a foul. That would go down. Hinkle would be big in the closing minutes of this one. Highland only trails by 1 after Hinkle's going to step up and hit this two just inside the arc. Then after a steal and a foul, Hinkle would hit 2 free throws. Here's the second of which to put the Cougars up 39-38 in the final minute. 10 seconds left, though. Hornets are going to go inside to Vanessa Markert. Gets free, layup about 5 seconds to go. Markert wins this game for Brown County. Highland unable to get a shot off, and a thriller today in Unity at noon to start things off for the day on championship day. Brown County a 40-39 winner over Highland for 5th place in Unity. Illinois girls scores we can tell you about. It was Routt over Athens tonight, 46-30. Do not have a final from Jacksonville and Normal U High, but I do know that Jacksonville did lose this ball game by 10 points, but unfortunately I can't tell you what the final score was. So Jacksonville does fall to Athens tonight, or excuse me, to Normal U High tonight. Also, we'll take you up to Illini West. It was Grant Supernauts team hosting 8-0 Sherrard, a very tough Sherrard team. Michaela Gronwald to Abby Douglas here to put Illini West on the board first. A nice jumper there from about 12 feet. 2-0 Chargers at this point. Sherrard, though, surged out to a 10-6 lead. Gracie Bostert, good take here, absorbs a little bit of contact, goes off the window, and that keeps Illini West close. How about Bostert coming in again? She's going to drive a little pump fake, hard fake to the right, gets it to go off the window. 15-10. Sherrard leads at this point. Nearing the end of the first quarter, Jessica Fox for three. That's a big shot because Illini West only trails by 2 after the first 8 minutes of this game. Remember, Sherrard 8-0 on the season. Illini West down by just 2 after 8 minutes, but unfortunately they were down by 2 at the end of 32 minutes as well. Gracie Bostert with 20 points in a losing effort tonight. Big building block, though, for Illini West to fall by just 2 to an undefeated Sherrard team. Final score there was 52-50. Couple Iowa scores to tell you about. It was the Central Lee boys all over Maharishi tonight, 56-17, and Holy Trinity just about or more than doubles up, Harmony 90-41. It was Ben Votrebeck with 19 points and 5 players in double figures for the Crusaders. Great effort there. Also, girls basketball, Holy Trinity all over Harmony as well, 40-12. Was your final in that ball game. Also, wrestling today, QHS, very good day up in Pekin, I believe. They really take it to Pekin here. The host team 68-9 in a dual meet. Later on against Belleville East, it was 60-16 in favor of the Blue Devils. And finally in this one, it was number 22 Triad falling to the Blue Devils. They ranked 22 in the state, but QHS gets a narrow win here, 42-34. And what we can tell you about is Downs, Tedeschi, and Summey each had 3 pins on the day. So a good day for them and a good day for the Blue Devils as a whole. 3-0 in dual meets up in Pekin. Well, we are just getting started here on Overtime. That's all the high school basketball we can tell you about, but college basketball coming up next. Both QU and John Wood on the way. Just a couple of minutes. Stick around.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
Well, we transition to the college game now, where the Quincy University men had 1 goal tonight to start off GLVC play with a home win over Illinois Springfield. Now, the big question was, would 40 minutes be enough to accomplish that goal? There's some foreshadowing for you. Let's take you out to Pepsi Arena tonight, hosting Illinois Springfield, and it's all about the U. Excellent student section tonight. QU would feed off some of that energy, and they would get out to an early lead. Give and go here. Jens Kennedy to Grant Meyer. Back to Kennedy inside for the nifty little lay-in there. QU up 2-0 there, and the shot clock winding down. Check out Grant Meyer, just steps back, drops the 3. That gets a crowd going. Hits it at the end of the 35-second clock, and then a heads-up play here from Kennedy. Meyer's going to be just short. I believe that was a shot as Kennedy gets the lay in there, but Illinois Springfield would counter early and often. This game would go all the way to overtime, where Quincy would get that win. They start off GLVC play 1-0, 78-75, a winner tonight over Illinois Springfield. Good stuff from Marty Bell's team right there. John Wood and the Blackhawk men coming up here out on 48th Street. Blazers up a ton in the second half, and, well, defense was part of it. There's a huge block from Darren Foster Jr. See, there are blocks, and then there are stuffs, and, folks, that was a stuff right there. How about a nice little alley-oop lay in there from Tim Goodwin Jr.? John Wood just rolling in this one. They were up 42 points at one point in the second half. Great kick-out pass there from Brian Betts to Goodwin Jr. for 3. Later on, Raviel Burton, he's going to come free for 2 here. Just kind of spins off that screen, sizes it up, knocks it down. Good stuff there. And then Liberty's Dalton Crawford gets in on the act. The freshman all alone for 2 here. He's going to go a little bit on a reverse lay-in here. His man forgets about him, and yeah, that's an easy 2 points right there. John Wood absolutely cleans up at home today. Final score there, 88-56. Over Blackhawk, who really just had no answers today for the Blazers. Also, John Wood women taking on Southeastern. And with Southeastern up by 3 with less than 3 minutes to play, and good inside work by Brianna Hawthorne. John Wood down 54-53 at this point in the second half. 1 minute left, same score. A tough basket here by Kriza Allen. Going to drive in, contact, gets it to go. 55-54 John Wood at this point. A nail-biter in this one. SCC failed to score on their possession. Marshea Sangster is just going to absolutely battle here and get it to go. That's a great move and a great finish. Way to stay with it. John Wood up by 3. Last chance for Southeastern in this one. It will be missed. and rebounded, and John Wood scores the final, I believe, 9 points to this game at least. They were down by 6 when I got to this one, and they go on a roll to end this ball game, and they win it over Southeastern today. Final score there was 57-54. Good stuff in that one. A lot of college scores to give you on the basketball side of things. We'll start with the Western Illinois men getting a home win over Edwardsville, 55-38. The Leathernecks moved to 7-3 on the year. The women not so fortunate though on the road against SEMO, 47-56. They fall in that ball game. Also, the Culver Stockton men just keep it rolling. Marshawn Norris, with 22 points to lead the way for the Wildcats, who improved to 9-2 on the season and 3-0 in conference play. 85-77 winners on the road today over Peru State. And the women come up just short against the same Peru State here, 72-68, as the Wildcats fall to 4-6 and 0-3 in conference play. Also, we can tell you about Hannibal LaGrange, the men, getting it done by 10 points over Iowa Wesleyan at home today. Illinois College out in Jacksonville hosting a doubleheader over Ripon. It was the men squeaking out a 4-point win, 78-74, and also it was the women winning 55-45. So a lot of success on the local college docket, of course. And we still have more to come on this overtime. We will introduce you to our communication for the week coming up after a break. It's a real good one up from Keokuk. Just to give you a little bit of a hint. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes. Stay tuned. Well, we have reached that point in this week's overtime where we unveil our latest Communications Connection nominee for the month of December. It's your Week 2 nominee coming up. Now, here's how it all works. We choose 4 outstanding sports plays, one from each week of the month, and at the end of the month, you get a chance to vote for the best of the lot. And as always, sure does pay to vote. Anyone who participates in the process becomes eligible to win a prize package from Communications at the end of the month. Tonight, our Communications Connection goes to Keokuk's Trevor Roth. If you didn't see this earlier in the week, here's your chance right now against Mount Pleasant. Just an absolute stunner of a pin. Just goes and gets the job done against the 5th-ranked wrestler at 220 pounds in the Class 3A system in Iowa. And yeah, he's fired up because this is a huge win. Gets this one against Mount Pleasant's Jacob Dilks. Watch it in slow motion. He kind of fakes for the legs, and that gives him a chance to go for the arms and the throwdown. And Roth, I believe he gets this done about 30 seconds into this match. Now, keep in mind, a 5th-ranked wrestler just goes down in less than a minute. That is huge.